Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Evans, an orthopedic surgeon, and today we're going to talk about something you might not expect to hear from your doctor: cheese. Specifically, we're diving into the surprising benefits of Parmesan cheese for bone health, especially for those of us in our golden years. Now, when you think of bone health, you probably think of milk or maybe a calcium supplement. But what if I told you that a sprinkle of delicious, nutty Parmesan on your pasta could be one of your best allies in the fight against osteoporosis? It sounds too good to be true, but stick with me, and I'll explain the science behind it. Let's start with the basics. As we age, our bones naturally lose density. This process, called osteopenia, can eventually lead to osteoporosis, a condition where bones become weak and brittle, making them much more susceptible to fractures. A fall that might have just caused a bruise in your 30s could lead to a debilitating hip fracture in your 70s. This is why maintaining bone density is absolutely critical for healthy aging, independence, and overall quality of life. The key players in bone health are calcium and vitamin D. Calcium is the primary building block of our bones, giving them strength and structure. Vitamin D is like the construction foreman. It helps our bodies absorb that calcium from our diet and deposit it into our bones. Without enough vitamin D, the calcium we eat can't do its job effectively. So, where does Parmesan cheese fit into this picture? Well, it's a powerhouse of bone-friendly nutrients. Let's break it down. First and foremost, Parmesan is incredibly rich in calcium. In fact, ounce for ounce, it's one of the most calcium-dense foods you can find. A single 1-ounce serving of Parmesan cheese contains over 300 milligrams of calcium. That's about a quarter of the recommended daily intake for adults over 50. To put that in perspective, you need to drink a full glass of milk to get a similar amount. For many older adults who may have a reduced appetite or find it difficult to consume large quantities of food, getting so much nutritional value in a small, flavorful portion is a huge advantage. But the benefits don't stop at calcium. Parmesan is also an excellent source of phosphorus. Phosphorus is another essential mineral that works hand in hand with calcium to form the strong crystal structure of our bones, known as hydroxyapatite. About 85% of the body's phosphorus is found in our bones and teeth. Having a good balance of both calcium and phosphorus is vital for optimal bone mineralization. Parmesan provides both of these minerals in a naturally occurring, bioavailable form, meaning your body can easily absorb and use them. Now, let's talk about something you might not have heard of: vitamin K2. This is where Parmesan really starts to shine and sets itself apart from many other dairy products. Vitamin K2 is a fat-soluble vitamin that plays a crucial role in directing calcium to the right places in your body. It activates two important proteins, osteocalcin and matrix-GLA protein. Osteocalcin helps bind calcium to the bone matrix, essentially locking it into your skeleton. At the same time, matrix-GLA protein helps prevent calcium from depositing in your soft tissues, like your arteries and kidneys, where it can cause problems like arterial calcification. Hard, aged cheeses like Parmesan, especially those made from the milk of grass-fed cows, are one of the best dietary sources of vitamin K2. This is a critical point. You can take all the calcium supplements you want, but without enough K2 to guide it, that calcium might not end up where it's needed most your bones. Furthermore, Parmesan is a great source of high-quality protein. Our bone matrix is not just minerals. It's about 50% protein by volume, primarily collagen. This protein framework provides flexibility and resilience, helping our bones absorb impact without fracturing. As we age, maintaining adequate protein intake is crucial for preserving muscle mass and bone structure. A single ounce of Parmesan packs around 10 grams of protein. Adding it to your meals is an easy and delicious way to boost your protein intake, supporting both your muscles and your skeleton. And there's more. Parmesan is also a source of zinc, a mineral that is essential for bone-building cells called osteoblasts. Zinc also plays a role in the synthesis of collagen. While it's a trace mineral, meaning we don't need large amounts, a deficiency can impair bone formation and healing. Getting enough zinc through your diet is another piece of the bone health puzzle, and Parmesan can contribute to that. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. What about the fat and sodium? It's true that Parmesan is a full-fat cheese and contains sodium, which are things we're often told to limit. This is where moderation and context are key. I'm not suggesting you eat a whole block of cheese every day. A 1-ounce serving, which is about the size of your thumb or a generous sprinkle over a meal, is all you need to reap these benefits. Because it has such a strong, savory flavor, a little goes a long way. You don't need much to add a huge burst of taste to salads, soups, roasted vegetables, or whole grain pasta. Compared to processed cheese slices or soft, high-moisture cheeses, Parmesan is also a better choice for those who are lactose intolerant. The aging process, which can last for 12 months or even longer, breaks down most of the lactose. This makes it much easier to digest for many people who typically struggle with dairy products. So, how can you easily incorporate this into your diet? It's simpler than you think. Start your day by sprinkling some grated Parmesan over your scrambled eggs or an omelette. At lunch, add it to a green salad with a light vinaigrette. For dinner, it's a classic on pasta, but don't stop there. Try tossing it with roasted broccoli or asparagus. It's also fantastic stirred into a vegetable soup to add depth and a creamy texture. You can even enjoy a small wedge with some fruit like apple or pear slices for a satisfying and nutritious snack. It's important to remember that no single food is a magic bullet. A holistic approach is always best for bone health. This means a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and other calcium-rich foods. It also means regular weight-bearing exercise, like walking, dancing, or light weightlifting, which stimulates your bones to become stronger. And of course, getting adequate vitamin D, either from sensible sun exposure or a supplement, is non-negotiable. But when you're building that healthy lifestyle, think of Parmesan cheese as a valuable, delicious, and easy-to-use tool in your nutritional toolkit. It's a natural whole food that delivers a concentrated dose of calcium, phosphorus, protein, and the all-important vitamin K2, all in one small, flavorful package. Choosing a high-quality, authentic Parmigiano Reggiano will ensure you're getting the best nutritional profile, as its production is strictly regulated. In conclusion, don't be afraid of cheese. When chosen wisely and enjoyed in moderation, a hard-aged cheese like Parmesan can be an incredibly beneficial addition to your diet, especially for maintaining strong, healthy bones as you age. It is a perfect example of how delicious food and good medicine can be one and the same. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this information helpful and perhaps a little surprising. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more health tips. What are your favorite ways to use Parmesan? Let me know in the comments below. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.